In the past, we've a couple videos we've covered things like getting it checked out first, make sure it's a good car. We've talked about how to negotiate that price a little bit, about keeping the trade out before you buy that used car. And so all these videos are about how to buy a used car. And now I want to talk a little bit about the cosmetic or the eye candy. Because when you walk into a dealership or you walk into anybody's used car lot, the first thing that attracts you to a vehicle is what? The way it looks. And that can be very deceptive at times. I want to talk a little bit about a day like today. This Mercedes is in here today for service, but look at it. It's got raindrops on it. It's almost impossible to talk about and actually look at a vehicle in the rain. There's a lot of things that could be wrong with this car, paint-wise and body-wise, that I don't know right now. I haven't even checked it. But you might not even notice. When you do look at a car and you're looking at the paint, don't look at the vehicle. Try to look at yourself in the mirror of the paint, the reflection that you're getting. And when you do that and you sort of get your reflection in the paint, you're not looking at the car so much, you're looking at the paint. And I want you to look across the paint and see if you can see any imperfections at the surface of the metal. Dents, dings, scratches, finer things that the big eye in the big candy store won't catch up front. We're gonna use something in here that we call a paint meter that actually tests the thickness of the paint. And I know, because of my 30 plus years of experience in buying used cars, that certain manufacturers use a certain amount of paint on a car. Cars are painted by robots. And so when they're painted by robots, they get the same amount of paint on all the panels. The hood, the trunk, the doors, generally all has almost exactly the same amount of paint on it. So if a panel has more paint than the manufacturer put on it, and it's thicker, obviously it's been repainted. Or if it's much less than what the factory put on it, maybe the panel has been replaced and the repainted part of it didn't get as much paint put on it as the factory put on it. So this is a paint meter, and I'm just going to check this particular panel right here. We're on the fender of this Mercedes, and you can see it measures at 4.0. That's 4.0 mils, okay? We come back and I'll check the hood. 7.9. What does that mean? There's twice as much paint on this hood as there is on this fender. Now, I didn't know that. I just happened to check this particular car, and maybe the owner of the car doesn't even know that. I don't know. But here we have a perfect example of a car that looks great, but the hood's been repainted. Why? That's the question. We want to find out what the answer to that question is. So a paint meter comes in really handy. You don't have one at home, but we definitely have one here at the shop. We'll talk about more of this in the next video.